Okay, so physics settings and simulation settings and AI settings, where are they? Right, you have to go quick mode, annoyingly. It will update for career once you change it in here. Press square or X, and there we go. So you can choose between arcade and pro. You're going to want to stick with pro, to be honest. And this is your AI settings. You can turn them AI adaptive difficulty off and then set your own amount. And then you can choose your AI aggressiveness. Or you just stick it to on. But to be honest, with adaptive difficulty on, it seems to just let you win in career. Or in everything so far. Just about lets you win. Right. Braking. These are the ones you want to turn off immediately. Automatic brakes off. You're not going to be able to sort out lines or anything. Or, yeah, you really enjoy the game when it's braking for you on and off. Joint brakes, you want to get that, turn that off. You'll be much better just using the front brake and not thinking about the rear brake than having joint brake. So if it starts putting the rear brake on at the wrong time, you're probably going to crash and you won't know why. Same with automatic steering. Yeah, don't. Honestly, the bike steering for you is going to be a nightmare, and automatic throttle as well. You don't want it suddenly like blipping the throttle mid-corner for you, which it does. Or if you're braking and then it's putting on the gas at the same time as you're braking. Yeah. Recommend manual. You can have semi-auto if you really want. But I think it downshifting for you at the wrong times, again, can cause a crash and you'll get frustrated and won't know why. Ideal trajectory, have on if you want, but know that the ideal line is completely wrong. But you can use it as a reference. Just be aware that it's only a reference. And yeah, you're just using it to help for knowing which way the corners go and roughly when to brake. But really, if you're going for a proper fast lap, just turn it off completely. Off-track aid, up to you. I leave it off. And collisions, again, personal preference. At least you have the option here for dynamic, which you never used to. So it means for some collisions, if it's only collisions that don't cause a crash can occur. I mean, I just leave it always on because that's weird. Sometimes you go into people and then you get used to, oh, I can go through this person, and then the next time you do and it bumps you off the track. Yeah, always on, always off, probably better. Rewind, I'd leave that on in case the AI crashes into you or you keep losing the front. Or anything weird happens, you want the option to be able to go backwards. And then this is your game speed. I would leave that at standard, or when you go online it's going to be really weird if you're practicing at anything lower. You can try that out, it's no issue, but I would recommend leaving it off. Then, what other settings do we have? Right, from the main menu, you can press your touchpad and get to this. And you can do your controller bindings here using L2R2. And then graphics rise, window mode doesn't really matter, VSync, get that off. As it says here, it can cause input lag. We don't want any input lag. Anything that might cause input lag in any racing game, get it off. Same with motion blur. Motion blur can cause performance issues, so just turn it off. Unless you've got a really high-end PC and you don't care, just turn it off and try and help with your frame rates. Frame rate limits, I don't like to limit it or force it to anything, so just keep it dynamic. That way it will adjust based on how well your computer's doing and your graphics card. Shadows, I found anything less than medium looks like glitchy and it, yeah, awful. So it has to stay on medium, unfortunately. Same with reflections. Soft light, you can turn that off for a slight performance boost. Same with lens flare. You don't want just a sun lens flare effect, might as well get that off. And then for actual ECU settings, let's go into a quick race. Right, when you adjust these settings, it should save for the ECU. So we'll just quickly run through these. Traction control. Traction control, really, I think it's better to practice with it off, and then you can get used to where the bike's sliding, when to pick it up and stuff. But about 3 seems to be good, doesn't seem to be affecting performance too much. 4, I think, might be cutting power too much, too often. So yeah, 3 is a nice middle ground. Same with the anti-wheelie. Bikes in this game wheelie way too much with it on 0. And then 4 seems to cut the power quite a lot, so 3 is a nice middle ground. Engine brake is how much the back wheel's slowing down as you change down gears. Set too high as you change down gears while leaned over. The bike's a mess and constant crashes, especially with the baggers I've found. 0 you'll run on because you need some engine braking to help slow you down. I think 3's a good number if you're not going to use too much rear brake. Power, I always leave it on max. If you're in the rain, maybe put it down to 0 or 1 to make it easier. Same off-road, but so far only left it on max. And ABS, get that off completely. That doesn't belong in a game like this, really. What will happen with the ABS on, especially with quite high, if it detects the front might be about to lock, it's going to release the brake, and then you're going to get a weird like juddering and speeding up and slowing down, an inconsistency that is not going to help at all. So yeah, you want to be in control of that, not the game. That's it, really. Hopefully that helps.